We are here for the first time in 4 weeks. Guys, we love House of Villains, for the record. It's just like Donnie and I just have a curse on us. You know, we still never finished the Real World New Orleans.
We didn't, but you know what? Melissa followed us both, so I think that's the bookend we needed. We don't need to finish it.
Donnie and I are like cursed when it comes to like following through with like a schedule.
Mm-hmm. But no, you made it sound like we're just bad at it. Life just is picking on us. Yeah. We had a sick cat. We had a sick human. We had computer issues. A parade, I think, was one week.
Was that week? I think no, like it's been a lot, but I'm loving this season. Like I love the show tremendously. And so every time I'm watching it, expecting us to recap it, I'm like, I can't wait to talk about it.
I know.
And then it's just so long before we get there. I'm going to try not to make this 2 hours. I have notes for every episode because like they're just funny things, but like we have 4 episodes. We have episodes 3 through 6. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 through 6, 3 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lytes is my breakout star.
Mine too, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and by calling him a breakout star, that's an insult. He's absolutely been on television for quite some time and been doing this. That's why he's on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like he's the most entertaining for me to watch.
Yeah. My dream Final Four with, spoiler alert, who's left at where we are. I would love Tanisha, Johnny Bananas, Bobby Lytes, and Omarosa as the Final Four. Same. They're the ones that like make the show for me.
100% agree.
Yeah.
100% agree. Omarosa is really like, as problematic as that woman may be, like she's brilliant.
She is so smart in terms of like playing the game, but also creating quality TV along the way. Yeah. Whereas like Johnny Bananas is the same way, I would say.
I feel like Johnny Bananas and Omarosa really respect each other now.
Yes. Yeah.
Like in real life, because like they comment on each other's stuff and like interact. I bet because he's like game recognized game. Like I gotta say, Omarosa taught like she created this.
Mm-hmm. Because I think like Tiffany Pollard, I think she's great at making TV, but not good at playing the game. Johnny Fairplay's good at playing the game, but not really great at making TV. So Omarosa and Bananas are just top tier in both.
And Bobby Lytes is like just chaotic at playing the game.
Yes.
Which is really important.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you don't really know exactly what he's doing, and I don't think even he knows what he's doing.
No.
But, like, that's kind of why I could plop a camera on Bobby Lytes going to the grocery store and be entertained.
Me too. I really want to go back and watch. He had a dating show with Rolling Ray. I don't know if you're familiar with this person.
Ray.
Okay. Yeah, they had a dating show together where, like, some men were gay competing for them. Some were, like, gay for pay, but it was I don't know.
What was the premise? Were they supposed to figure out who was really gay?
No, it wasn't a secret. It was just like straight men that were willing to sleep with Bobby Lytes and Rolling Ray. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe we watch that and see if maybe we should recap that.
I would love to.
That sounds like total chaos.
Oh God.
I can't wait. Was it you who came up with the reality show where it was straight guys and gay guys competing and they had to prove they were gay, or the straight guys had to, was this not you?
Well, that was a real show in like 2000.
Oh my God, that's right. So it was you who told me about it. So, like the most problematic television. It was straight guys it was like The Bachelor, I guess, right?
The Bachelor, and half the contestants were gay and half were straight pretending to be gay. But nobody knew that there was a twist except the straight men. So like the gay contestants just thought it was Gay Bachelor. The Gay Bachelor just thought it was Gay Bachelor. And then when there were 3 people left, the host was like, oh, by the way, half of the people this whole time have been straight and there's 1 left.
I cannot even process how that was made into a television show.
I live for it.
It's so bad.
And they try so hard through editing to make it not problematic. So they're like, we're here to break down stereotypes. I'm like, no, you're not. You just wanted to terrorize this gay man,
And
which is fine.
I was when you first told me that, I was like, well, how far were they willing to go to prove it? Like at some point, I'm like, I think you guys might just be gay.
Yeah, because the one guy that was straight, he like, even when the gay bachelor wasn't there, it was just him and the other contestants. He was like, who wants to take a shower with me?
So you see,
what's happening?
So I don't know. It was so many conflicting things. Like the straight men on the show were like, yeah, we're straight. Totally. We're totally straight. This is, we don't have we're not curious at all about what it's like to make out with a guy.
Not at all.
Not at all. This is just for the show, trying to win money. Okay, let's start at episode 3, which is crazy because this is Jax getting eliminated.
Oh my God. We didn't cover any eliminations yet.
I know.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. As Joel says, the decision was unanimous. Bobby says, what does that mean? I love really dumb people like that.
Me too.
It's one of my next boyfriend needs to be very, very hot and very dumb.
I'm into that. Yeah.
These are the requirements. I don't want him to even know what Palestine and Israel is. I want him to be like, where? I'm like, a gay bar, honey. That's fine. Brian, I want Brian Benny from Family Karma.
Oh, okay. I
can
see that for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't need a lot of complicated none of this stuff. Yeah, just go down on me and be quiet. God, I'm working out some stuff in therapy. Can you tell?
A little bit. That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Okay, yay. Jax, okay, this is the first time we see a banishment, though. So he gets flipped. We didn't know how they were going to get flipped. Remember, we were like, do they get spun around?
Yeah.
They get flipped up and back.
Yeah, like a secret passage in like the Saved by the Bell murder mystery episode. They strap in and then the wall flips.
It's wild.
It is.
How many times did they test that thing out?
Truly. And then my question, I guess they just wait till the other ones leave. But like once you get flipped, how do you get down? Because then you're there like...
I saw some people in the background.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Corinne, right? Corinne and Jax?
Yes.
Yes. So Corinne's still there, and they did this bit where they all like leave Corinne and they don't help her out of the thing. And I could see, because it was a little bit see-through, I could see people moving behind the wall, probably like immediately rushing to get Jax down. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So that's like the whole wall, the world behind there is, they're like on deck. They're like, go, run. Because they're upside down.
Yeah.
It's like the logistics of that are crazy. As Bobby walks out, he goes, remind me not to get banished.
Okay.
Okay, sure. And then Bananas is like, should we go to bed and talk about it? And Bobby goes, in his confessional, he's like, Bananas wants me so bad. Not interested. I would never date anyone that's been on The Real World. Iconic. I love him.
A fair rule.
A fair rule.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of forgot that he was actually on Real World.
I know. It's been so long. They don't even talk about it on the challenge anymore.
Which one was he? I can't remember.
San Diego? No.
No idea. Because he's a challenger. So I'm like, I forgot. Yeah. This is the moment where Tiffany, though, this is the episode where Tiffany hears Johnny talking about her with Corinne, even though he's not talking about her.
No.
First of all, though, Johnny's playing the guitar. And that's upsetting. That's extremely upsetting. Thankfully, he hasn't sung along with the guitar yet.
No, so not that we've seen.
The full ick is not there. If he starts the singing, we got issues. I'm already a little on the fence with the guitar in general.
This is no offense to you at all. Maybe it is a little bit, but I don't mean it offensively. I'm shocked that that's not something you're into, because everything else about this aesthetic is you like them dumb. You like a himbo. You like a douchebag.
I didn't realize that
being what puts them
I don't
over
know.
The
That's
edge.
my one ick. It's my one ick. I don't like having music played to me directly.
Okay.
You know, like when I see people singing to someone, if it's meant to be dead serious, if it's meant to be comedic, please go for it.
Okay.
But like, if you're singing a song looking at me, or if you're strumming a guitar, like, this is for you. I'm like, mm-mm.
Now, is it true? Is it just the one-on-one aspect of it that makes it weird? Or like, what if he was around a campfire singing for like everybody? Is that still weird?
I would not like it.
Okay.
I would not like it.
I'll tell you something. I don't hate it.
Oh,
there was a guy there was a guy in college that used to like do that, bring a guitar to parties.
Was he
and
straight?
Like, yeah. And I wanted to slurp it right up because I loved that.
You know what? I bet I could understand as a gay man, though, being like, look at that straight guy playing a guitar. I could see that. Yeah. As where maybe for me, this is my like internal misogyny. And I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Where he's not like good at it either.
Right. Well, that's the kicker.
You know, yeah. Like if he starts like busting out like Hendrix, I'm like, never mind, we're good. But he's just
because if he was good, he would have a music career like Tori.
You guys, if you haven't yet watched, look up. You have to go to Tori's YouTube channel and look at her music videos. There aren't just not just one. There are multiple.
Many.
And Jordan is in it with her.
That's correct.
And you have to watch it. And you have to watch it and let us know what you thought. Because we have a lot of opinions. We should just break down that. We should do those music videos.
Oh, please.
Because we had so many. You guys, please watch and talk to us about it. It's really good. So Bananas is saying, this is what he says, downstairs, it's just constant, loud fucking shit, you know? Eagles fly alone, pigeons flock together. That's why I'm up here. Tiffany hears whatever she hears. And she, in her confessional, she's like, Bananas does not have love for New York. And then they do this delusional dimension like thing where I think Bananas did the voiceover for it, which really makes me happy. New York is loud and stupid. I don't like New York. That's what she heard. So she's convinced now. She goes down. Eva calls them down. Tiffany is immediately, she confronts Bananas. So New York is loud and stupid? He is so confused. Has no idea. But now Tiffany is pissed. And she's not speaking to Corinne either. This at this point, I didn't know she was doing a bit yet. But it's not until a little bit later in the episode, I'm like, oh, this is just, she's doing TV stuff.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Enter Danielle Staub. Okay. Infisa doesn't know who she is. Is Infisa the worst casting on this show? At least Corinne gives us drama.
I think Infisa is, yes, hands down the worst.
She's so boring.
She is. And even like what makes her a villain was boring. Like she was mean to the man she was engaged to, whatever. Like that's not compared to what everybody else does, that's not villainy.
Not at all. And I think they need to not do Love is Blind and 90 Day Fiancé villains anymore.
I agree.
It's different when there's like a cast of people that they have to villainize.
I agree.
That's the requirement from now on. The challenge for that night is to wear those masks with the voice changers and figure out who is who. Bobby is upstairs literally creating a whole character breakdown because he knows if he's himself, he will give it away. So he's like, I wear hats. I'm older. Be small and petite. And then when he has the thing on, he goes, I don't even know what a Magnum condom is. Bobby is, of course, the most obvious. Bobby in no way is disguising himself at all. He's like interrupting people, asking questions, doing all the hand gestures. So I think even people who weren't good at it, like Fairplay and Tanisha, who like couldn't see, they're like, that's Bobby because he just is Bobby. But Bananas wins, which of course is sexy. But Danielle Staub sticks around for way too long after this, doesn't she?
She does. I think she was waiting for a twist to be announced. Like, okay, now one of the cast members is out and Danielle is in.
She'd be like, Shake, give me a tour of the house. It is 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It is. Bobby comes down like, what the fuck? He's giving her a tour? And then Tanisha complains about Shake being messy. This is apparently a thing that will come up a little bit later. But then Danielle pulls Bobby aside to talk because I don't know you know what, here, I'm going to go with this. I don't think production told Danielle, go give them advice or anything like that. I think they actually probably were trying to like, I bet she had like an earpiece in like that was from production and she like, took it out and they were like, Mayday, extract her from this. Because she pulls Bobby to talk and she gives him advice to not overtalk people and wait for them to answer. I'm like, just backhand her, Bobby. That's okay.
Yes, please.
At this point, like, what the hell? Tiffany comes downstairs in the morning in a total mood, and Bobby goes, "Do you want to have whatever breakfast or whatever? You'll be sitting at a table with peasants. Is that all right?" Tiffany goes, "Bobby, shut up. I already used that line, dear." Okay. Okay. Okay.
If you say so.
That is, I forget that that's her tactic. Like, she did this on freaking Flavor of Love. And then, what's it called? Big Brother UK. Like, she just terrorizes everyone in the house. But then she's so funny in confessionals that the audience is like, no, you have to keep her, guys.
I know, but she will just never last long on a show like this. Yeah, it's tough.
We root for her to win, but we have to realize that Tiffany will never win because she's her own worst enemy.
Because someone on Instagram said spoiler alert, you guys, she does go home. Someone said to Johnny Bananas, like, "I can't believe you did this to New York." And he said, "She did it to herself." Yeah. Which is 100% true.
Part of me wonders if she like does the math and she's like, I just need to make enough money to like justify whatever, and then I'm good.
I think so, because these 4 episodes she was in, she will still somehow be what people talk about when they think about the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Eva announces that it's time for Bananas to decide who he's taking on this cute and cuddly reward, and he picks Tanisha and Omarosa. Tanisha because he trusts her, Omarosa because he doesn't want her plotting against him while he's gone, which is brilliant.
Smart, yeah.
Tiffany, who is not mic'd up, I don't think, actually, in this moment. She's like, "Johnny Bananas, before you go on your excursion, I want to sit here and let you know that it's going to be no surprise when you put me in the bottom 3, so I don't even give a fuck. I just want you to put that out there before you go on your nice little cuddly-duddly vacation with the girls." And he's like, did she just volunteer herself?
Yeah.
And then in her confessional, "I am not surprised Johnny Bananas didn't pick me to go on his luxury reward. As if I would have went anyway. Well, I would have went if he chose me. But I knew he wasn't going to choose me. I hope they have a horrible time." And then I'm like, okay, so she's just here for sound bites.
Yeah.
She's not here to compete.
Fine. But...
That's why I really recommend watching her on College Hill. Because it's not a competition show. It's just like living and going to school. And and she's really good and they learn a lot. It's a great show. Her season is so good. I do
have to watch it.
Yeah, I cannot recommend it enough.
I also recommend New York Goes to Hollywood and New York Goes to Work, which is just like The Simple Life, but her by herself. So she's like a clown at a little kid's birthday party. She films a dog food commercial.
Is that where the clip of her being like, "She told me to break a leg"?
Yes.
That's where that's from. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, what is this show?
It's so fun.
Okay, I'm definitely watching that. I can't get enough of her at all.
Me neither.
Because I spend the whole time being like, is this an act or is she really like this? And I think that's why I like her so much. Because I'm like, I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Yeah, keep the mystery alive.
Omarosa, may I also say that I find you to be a sucking, guzzling Republican.
You know, you can do all the stuff to look better. You can work out, you can eat right, you can do all the skincare routine you want, but if you don't get good sleep, forget about it. Did you know that sleeping less than 6 to 7 hours per night is linked to reduced white blood cell count? White blood cells protect our body against illness and diseases, and they fight viruses and bacteria and stuff. Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health and performance during the day. So having a consistent nighttime routine, it's a non-negotiable. I struggled with sleep all of my life. There isn't a sleep aid I haven't tried. But honestly, ever since Beam sponsored the pod and I've been using Beam nightly, no pun intended, night and day difference. So I want to introduce you to Beam Dream. You know, we've been raving about Beam's Dream Powder, their healthy hot cocoa for sleep. And today, my listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder, their best-selling healthy hot cocoa for sleep with no sugar added. Now available in delicious seasonal flavors like cinnamon cacao, sea salt caramel, my fave, and white chocolate peppermint. better sleep has never tasted better. This, I think, is it's the combination, it's the ingredients in there that really make this stand out above all other sleep remedies I've tried. It contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, melatonin, and nano-CBD to help you fall asleep, you stay asleep, and you wake up gorgeous. A recent clinical study revealed Dream helped 93% of users wake up feeling more refreshed, and 93% reported that Dream helped them get a more restful night's sleep. Just mix Beam Dream into hot water or milk, stir or froth, and enjoy before bedtime. I don't feel drugged when I take this stuff. And I wake up feeling refreshed, like I got a natural night's sleep, not a drug-induced night's sleep. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, take advantage of their biggest sale of the year and get up to 50% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/shespeaks. The discount is auto-applied at checkout. No code necessary. That's shopbeam.com/shespeaks for up to 50% off.
And I sleep better at night knowing that you're not in the White House.
The freaking slow-mo of those dogs coming out was so amazing. Mm-hmm. And seeing Omarosa playing with them, and that was cute. But Bananas tells them who he's looking to nominate. Tanisha tells Tanisha and Omarosa, but he presents a blind side. And I like that we got a lesson on what a blind side is, because I actually didn't realize how technical they were. I didn't Omarosa loves it. She's like, "Ooh, yes, a blind side." And Tanisha's like, "I'm afraid, but I have your back." But I like that it's not easy to execute one. No. You have to remain serious until you do the flip. Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
No.
Only a villain could do it. But I think that's when Omarosa grew respect for Bananas.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, yes, you're here to make TV, and I will play along." Bobby cries when he hears that they got to play with dogs, and honestly, same. Mm-hmm. I would too, actually. That's not
this was
fair.
The best luxury competition, for sure.
He's like, "I just miss my dog." I'm like, I would completely cry, totally. So Shake's like, "Guys, I cleaned up. Check it out." And then Bananas finds the note around this time. The note is, "How stupid do you think the house is, Bananas? Everyone's about to turn on you." And he frames it on Corinne. Uh-huh. Bobby openly says it's Corinne because she was jealous. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm lying through my porcelain teeth, honey. It's not Corinne. I don't know." But Corinne is so easy to end up in a spiral. And that's why she's an easy target. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. It's Bananas is gonna fuck with you because it's so easy. She's crying. I was like, "Oh, this is her fourth time crying here." She's cried a lot.
She has.
Eva tells them it's time to get dressed for banishment ceremony. Corinne does her interview before going in, and I don't know if she was supposed to hear this, but someone on the walkie goes, "She looks like a sad monkey." Yeah. But it was weird because I was like, she does.
She does.
When she said that.
That's what I like about the show is production-wise, they don't care how sloppy it is. You can fully see boom mics hanging in people's faces. It really adds to the ambiance.
It's so smart to do it like this because there's no way to make this that mystery of reality TV type of shit, no fourth wall breaking. Mm-hmm. It's no, we all know that there's celebrities or they're reality stars, they're villains, show us all the stuff. And it's smart too because Joel McHale is able to make fun at how, silly this stuff is. And Joel McHale was the perfect choice.
100%. I agree.
He really,
can't
really
think of
is.
Anybody else.
Agreed. He's really good. Bananas does not take that throne the way Omarosa did, which it's disappointing in some regard, but also makes me respect the way Omarosa did it more. Because remember, she took forever getting up there.
And then, spoiler alert again, when she's head villain again, she still does it. That's just what she's going to do every time.
She's like, that's the whole point of this. What's the point of taking the throne if you're just going to sit in it? So New York is first on the hit list, obviously, for Bananas. And she goes, "If you all let him send me home, I'm going to run his head through a spaghetti press." And Bananas is trying to be like, you know what? My Italian grandmother would be honored. And New York goes, you saber-toothed hammerhead bastard.
Reptilian bastard.
That's later.
Oh, okay.
I don't give a fuck what you say to me because I'm not leaving. I'm going to win. I'm like, you're on the hit list, New York. She's crazy.
She is.
And Fisa is second on the hit list. And Omarosa, like she promised, she pretends to be shocked. And she goes, you're going after my roommate? And Bananas just looks at her and like, oh, this is acting.
Yeah.
They are performing, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Joel goes, and Fisa, is there anything you'd like to mumble in reply that we can barely hear? But Fisa like gave me chills. She goes, Johnny, do what's best for your game. I was like, why is that so sinister? It was like, sleep with one eye open. She just basically said, just going to kill you.
Basically.
Johnny sets up the third hit list villain to be Corinne, and Corinne is fully spiraling. Who wrote the note? I didn't write the note. Like full spiral. And then Bananas goes, Corinne, you can save it because my vote's for Bobby. Last line is Bobby going, game on. But then the next episode, we're still at the banishment ceremony, and Bobby looks to production. He goes, are we done? They go, no. And he just walks out.
I just don't. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I just don't understand the point of the blind side here, because like a blind side on Big Brother right before whatever, a veto competition or something, is to make it where nobody can concentrate. But like a blind side going into this riles you up for a little bit, but then for what? Just good TV, I guess, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just to make a scene.
I guess it was just to stir up the house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Okay. Fair.
Because I don't know. That's a good point. But Bobby immediately starts cooking angrily. And he's like, that's how motherfuckers play in this house, as he's putting something in the oven for everyone. I'm like, I've never seen this as like the tactic. And then he's so funny when Bananas is like, can I have this? He's like, yes. What did I tell you? Eat. I don't care. I'm like, why did you cook for everyone?
I wouldn't have ate it. I would have thought he spit in it.
It was too good. It was like, this is your tactic. It's wild. Corinne has a confessional moment where she says that her whole ditzy thing is just strategy. I'm sharp as the tack, honey. I don't know if I buy that, Corinne. But I like that you think that.
Yeah.
Because I am actually coming around on Corinne more.
I do like her, yeah. Yeah,
like now I'm like, oh, I could actually have her come back and do another House of Villains now that she's got a little bit more. Yeah, because like I like that she just wears her heart on her sleeve and is like a mess. Mm-hmm. You know, because like maybe does anyone that's not in FISA. Don't ever bring her back on these fucking shows.
No, agreed. Or nobody else from whatever.
Yeah, from 90 Days.
30, yeah.
Like nothing. No more of that. New York goes back downstairs just to yell at Bananas, and this is when I saw the bit. This is when I was like, because even she's like she can't help herself.
Oh, okay.
Because she comes down, she goes, because she knows she's in the bottom three, and she's like, you're leaving this house before I do, even though I'm in the bottom 3 and on the hit list. Okay, you amphibian reptile motherfucker, you're going down before I do. And Bananas is like, well, you're the one on the, and Tiffany goes, don't raise your penis at me.
You like that?
I just think I need to say, don't raise your penis at me.
Yeah, it was cute.
Don't raise your penis at me, because it really disarms. They're like, wait, I'm not. Like it puts them in a very uncomfortable position.
I'm going to say it to people in public.
At the store.
Yeah.
Don't raise your penis at me. Just see what happens. Just mix it up and then run out. What?
Yeah,
it's a figure of speech. It's a metaphor.
You've never heard that before?
Oh my God, we need to make it a thing, actually.
Let's do it.
You know what, Thanksgiving on Thursday, I'm going to say it to some of the straight guys.
Oh, I'll say it to my grandma.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect.
Okay, the redemption challenge is they have to complete these silly tasks without raising suspicions with the other villains. The ones that stood out to me was Anfisa's 20-second hug with Johnny Bananas. Yeah. Oh, that was hard. That was hard to watch. But Tiffany, though, Tiffany could get Corinne to do anything by just acting like she's like, I really need egg whites. I just need them. But they needed to be in a bowl. So then Corinne brings her the egg whites. She's like, I've had too many plates in my life. But Corinne doesn't even get suspicious of this. That's what made me so happy is that like Tiffany has already been so extremely crazy that like she could do anything and act anyway. And they're like, this seems accurate.
And I don't know if Tiffany did it like on purpose or if that's just, you know, the one she picked randomly. But I do think the craziest ones done first is the least suspicious, because if you are giving people 20-second hugs, spilling drinks on people, etc. for 4 hours, and then you're like, make me egg whites, they're like, something is up. But if you just start your morning saying, make me egg whites, they're like, all right, bitch, relax, I will. And then you give her a 20-second hug and say like, let's dance. Then I feel like you already set the bar that you're just nuts.
That's actually a really good point, because most people would probably think opposite. Like, I'll start light, test the waters, but especially if you're Tiffany, just go for it. Go for it full force, because you're already crazy and no one's going to suspect it.
And Bobby was a good one for this comp too, because he also is nuts.
Yeah.
And Fisa, I think, probably had the hardest time.
And then when Anfisa gets Johnny with the ketchup, and this somehow makes Shake lose respect for Anfisa because he thought she was only flirting with him to win this game.
Which,
like he got
like, why?
weird about that. Like, creepy. I don't want to see him ever again on my TV.
Never.
I never need to see him again. Cue Abby Lee Miller with the Halloween music. I don't know if you caught this, but Johnny, as he comes in to see who it is, he's like, someone's coming in on a... And he had to stop himself because I'm like, were you about to mock the scooter?
Oh, wow. I didn't pay attention to that.
Oh, yeah. He's like, someone's coming in on a... And then he just trails off. I'm like, finish the sentence, buddy. What were you going to say? And why is that funny?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Abby presents them with the next challenge, which is to learn a choreographed routine. Bananas laughs and claps about it, and Abby goes, don't be clapping like that, Band-Aid or whatever that says.
I love Abby Lee Miller.
I do too. I actually love how much like Johnny loves getting trolled. Like anytime anyone comes up with an insult, he dies. Like he loves anyone's bad disses. And Bananas goes to grab the yellow tutu and she calls him a brat and gives him the purple one. And then she counts 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's no choreography.
Not
from what
one
I could tell.
bit.
Just freestyle weirding stuff. And then she says, okay, guys, are you ready to find out how this ties into Redemption Challenge? Got you guys. Ha. And they're like, oh, okay. Abby reveals like the challenge that had already happened. And she runs through the silly task they completed earlier. And she announces the winner is Bobby. And they're like, woo, Bobby, you did it. And he stands up, he goes, hush. Johnny Bananas game on. And your next Shake. And then he goes, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being just such idiots. Seriously. Bananas also loves that one. He loves that one. Dies laughing. Corinne and Bananas sit by the fire pit. And she asks him straight up if he's ever going to kiss her. And then she tells him she's horny, and Bananas just laughs.
Uncomfortable.
But I think that's when I was like, yeah, she can come back.
Yeah.
If she's willing to do shit like this, yeah. Anyone who's willing to just kind of be that embarrassing on camera, we got you, girl. The next day, Omarosa pulls Corinne and asks to work together because Omarosa is gunning for New York, which was a bummer, actually. But
it is.
Tiffany
I was excited when they
herself.
said hi to each other the first episode or whatever. I was like, oh, I would love this team up, but I should have known.
Yeah. New York will always be her own worst enemy.
Yes. Yeah.
Even Eva tells them they're going to go bowling. When they get to the bowling alley, Fairplay cries because there's pinball at the bowling alley.
He is so weird. He cries next week too.
Yeah. So we don't need, I don't know who, I don't, no more fair play either. I don't think he should pass the psych test anymore. Because he was crying, like he was so sad about happy, I guess, about the pinball. I'm like, why is it, there's pinball everywhere. Yeah,
he's bonkers.
Right? He's like, the things I love the most, my girlfriend and pinball. Okay. Tanisha and Omarosa talk strategy. And for some reason, Omarosa says her vote doesn't count when they're talking. And I was like, why? I don't know why. I don't know why. But Omarosa switches her tune from having wanted New York out to saying she wants New York to stay. And Tanisha is like, bitch, I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this. Tanisha tells Bobby to tell Omarosa to leave her alone, which was like, you don't need to do that. Because then, of course, Bobby's like, she wants you to leave her alone, which is so weird. Because Omarosa just laughs and says, because she's trying to fly under the radar. And that was when I was like, oh, she's right.
Yeah.
Like, Omarosa can spot that shit. Like, she fucking got her number.
And that is her number one, not Tanisha specifically, but like the floaters remain her number one target throughout this game. Because in terms of, I think it's in terms of longevity of a TV show, if we are here talking about House of Villains every week, House of Villains, and then the finale is Shake and Anfisa, nobody wants to watch the show in the future. So Omarosa, I think Omarosa, excuse me, she'll cut my tongue off.
I know, I get very scared when I mispronounce it too.
I think she is thinking of the long game of the show and in turn, probably her career.
I completely agree with you, because if any show was made for her, it's this type of show where she's like, I'm glad we're finally just embracing this. Yeah. And she is not about to let it be boring. She's like, because this isn't a normal competition show. Right. You know, it's House of Villains. It's the first time it's silly. The competition stuff isn't that hard. Yeah. So she's like, we're going. Tanisha's being resistant to like whatever Omarosa's throwing at her. And that makes New York assume that she's going to vote against her. And so then Tiffany then says, go ahead and send me home. And then Tiffany and Tanisha get into it. And Tanisha calls Tiffany a weirdo. And Tiffany does that dance that I'll never get out of my head. That I am. That I am. That I am. It is so weird. I can't tell. Tanisha's, the way she responds, I can't tell if it's real. Or if she's just doing an act, like when she's like, you're cooked, you're washed. It's very theatrical.
Yeah. And again, I'm skipping in, this is all part of the same thought, but I'm skipping ahead a little bit. When Tanisha and Omarosa get in the fight, it's just, I feel like she's making sound bites, but has to like think about it in between. She's like, period. It's chinchilla, mama. You're cooked. Like, I feel like she has to say something, reset. Say something, reset.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it comes out of her naturally.
No.
So Tanisha's a little bit odd. I don't know if she's necessary. Like I loved the choir, don't get me wrong. Right. And that definitely was the way to go, like way to perform. But it just, I don't think she's naturally as villainous as she's portraying to be.
Yeah, I think she got famous from being like physically violent, which is why she was on Bad Girls Club. Exactly. And then she had that moment with the pots and pans because whatever, she was stressed out and didn't want to get violent. But this is however many 13 years later. Yes. That's not the woman she is anymore. So I think she feels like she still needs to play this role of someone she's not.
Totally. Yeah. That's what it is right there. Nailed it. Boop. Nailed it.
Thank you.
Tiffany, pecking order is me first, bitch. And then she just goes back to bowling. Oh, is anybody in the lead?
Nothing affects I think her. They're all mentally ill. Every single cast member.
100%. And also, like, what a visual of this cast. If you're at a bowling alley, Bobby Lytes, Omarosa, Tanisha, Tiffany, like what fair play? Like, what is this group of people?
I'm not here to talk poorly about anyone's job, but I imagine that being an employee at a bowling alley is not the most, soul-affirming, exciting job. But imagine you go to work. These 10 are just bowling. I would lose my mind.
Well, I'm dying because where they went to brunch was this place called And Waffles, where I have been many times. It's in Woodland Hills. And I was like, dude, whoever was working that day was like, what's happening? Yeah. Who's coming in? Because this is like, Woodland Hills is on an area of LA that's like popular. It's kind of like out that way going towards like Calabasas. Yeah. It's kind of out of the way. Yeah. So that's really funny.
Wow.
Anyway, I know. Stronghold time. And Fisa's final speech. I may not be a woman of many words, but when I speak from the heart. And then they flash back to Omarosa telling her, I am not a woman of many words, but when I speak from the heart. I'm like, she just stole the entire monologue.
I don't think she stole it. Omarosa wrote it for her.
Oh, like she wanted her to say that?
Yeah, because in that scene when they're in bed together, Omarosa would say it and Anfisa would repeat it. Like she was writing this so that New York would go home.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Brilliant. New York's is she knows. She's like, I know I'm getting voted out. So I'm just going to. She goes, I am the original HBIC and I deserve my spot. So I need y'all to keep me here. I don't want a sympathy vote. I don't need a sympathy vote. But I need y'all to understand the pecking order. The fact that she's doing this from the place, like she's about to be. Yeah. It's impressive, honestly. Like you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Because Omarosa's like, oh, you don't want my sympathy vote? And Tiffany goes, Omarosa, may I also say that I find you to be a cock-sucking, cum-guzzling Republican cunt. And I sleep better knowing that you're not in the White House.
Oh, it brings me such joy. I'm going to say this to my grandmother on Thanksgiving, too. Oh, it's so good.
Everyone's like, oh, like Johnny's like, I think I need a minute. Yeah. Like, what? I've never seen anything like that. Omarosa goes, I received this from the legend, but you'll be saying that from your house tonight. I was like, you know what? For such a crazy diss, that's a decent enough comeback.
Yeah.
I don't think
because there's no way to top it. Yeah.
No, I would have just been like, I got nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes through that Tiffany's voted out, she just wails. She just lets out a wail. Ah! Corinne voted New York out. That was a big one.
It was. Yeah.
That was a big one. And that will be Bobby's thing. Bobby, he's not here for that. Because Bobby was here for New York. And I love that about Bobby. Mm-hmm. That also like solidifies my love of Bobby.
Me too.
Bananas goes to do his speech, you know, like, New York, you'll have to realize that the pride comes at Tiffany goes, oh, fuck you, shut up. And he just flips her through the wall. Now Bobby is so mad. He calls all of them fake and he's running around the house pissed off. The next episode, Shake is panicked because people were going to figure out that he voted Anfisa out. Mm-hmm. And he jumps right on the Corinne opportunity. Right on the... Bobby joins the conversation, though, because it's Anfisa and Shake talking outside, and Bobby joins it. And Shake tells them his story and why Corinne voted for Anfisa. And Bobby's like, that wasn't you? I'm like, yes, Bobby, well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
pointed that finger.
But then... why does Shake tell Bobby in the closet, like, immediately after he's like, I did vote for Anfisa, but I don't want her to tell? I'm like, what?
I think because Shake knows that Anfisa is stupid, so she would have believed it. But now that Bobby knows, I think it's better to hear it from the source than like Bobby figuring it out and spreading it anyway. Right?
Because as Bobby says, villain rule number 1, don't trust me.
No. And that's another thing. Shake has no experience on a show like this. So there was no, even like Bobby Lytes and Jax come from a show where it's like a group of friends or whatever. It's not necessarily competition, but there is still that alliance mentality of, you know, who you can trust, you know, who you're friends with, but you shouldn't trust, where Shake sat behind a screen the whole time.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Bobby tells Anfisa and Corinne that Shake did it, like, immediately. He's like, can't wait to tell you guys. Corinne tells Bananas, and then Bananas decides, I'm going to use Shake as a meat shield to take the target off of me. And I'm like, see, that's why you're so good, my friend.
Yes.
That's why you get it. He's like, perfect. You all hate him? Great. Because I know I'm going to be a target.
Yeah.
The challenge is to melt the ice blocks, get the hammers out, and there's locks and there's keys. And Bananas is going to put locks on Bobby's because he knows, obviously, Bobby's coming for him, and keys on Shake's. Omarosa wants them to all put locks on Shake's. So Bananas is officially against basically the whole house just to get Shake to win. Bobby is really good in his confessionals. Like, he get, like, for the silliest, littlest thing, at one point it's just a soundbite, and he's so pissed. He's like, I see you all trying to put all your locks on my trunk. Like, he was genuinely pissed that they were all doing it. So the producers were like, God, we're going to have him back forever. We love him. Omarosa, though, again, slow and steady. She doesn't get freaked out. She doesn't give up. She's just like, I don't like this, but I'm going to do it. And they're neck and neck. Shake and Omarosa are neck and neck. And Shake, it's so classic of this guy. He unlocks the last lock and he starts celebrating. And Joel is telling him, open the box.
Right.
Oh, he's telling him, open the box. But Shake can't hear because he's like, you're toast. You're toast.
Idiot.
To the women, by the way. And then Omarosa just opens up her box and wins. You fucking idiot.
An idiot. But I was so glad it happened this way.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was like such a brilliant way to lose. He's like, you're toast. You're toast. Joel's telling you, open the box. And you don't hear it because you're a little gloating loser. Bye. Why is he still there? I'm very irritated. He needs to get, like, he's getting out of this. Wait, where did we end on? We don't know who gets voted out next, right? That's
we do. We do.
That's right. See, because of the never mind. Ugh.
Yeah.
See, Shake, get out of there. Bobby goes off on Shake in this little moment when they're like still in the freezer thing, saying everyone wants you out because they all know you voted for New York, and he's like, oh shit. Is this scene with Bananas and Corinne in the hot tub that leads to like the music video when they get back to the house all staged from start to finish?
I don't know, because it makes me feel like it is, because we did have the music video, but it could have really happened. And then production the next day was like, let me pull you aside because we want to add this to that scene. I don't know. But that like overproduced stuff makes me nervous that the show is overproduced. Because like you said, with Tiffany and sometimes with Bobby, things feel like a bit. So now between bits and a fully produced music video, I'm like, is anything real?
Yeah, because if Corinne really wasn't able to listen to anything Bananas was saying in that hot tub, like for real, then that's nuts.
Right.
Because like she really couldn't hear him. But like, I don't know. Because then that would have meant that they're like, okay, guys, we want to film a scene where it leads into a music video. So get in the hot tub and you know what I mean? Like, I don't like either of those scenarios.
Me neither. Also, now that we're picking apart production, do you think they really stay in this house the entire time together? Yes. Because I did, but they're on day 13 and only 3 people have gone home. There's 7 left. So 13 divided by 3 is like 4 days a thing. So 4 times 7, they're still in there for like another month and a half. I don't think people...
Wait.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't seem right to me.
Unless they're just paying them enough money.
Maybe. I don't know.
It could, and like, because I don't know what that looks like, that contract. They're like, it could be up to this amount of, if you win, it could go, like, this is what we're slated to do. And so if you go home, obviously before that.
And they still have phones, so they can do like cameo. It's not like Big Brother where you're removed from the world. You can still like make your money elsewhere, I guess. I don't know.
They do have their phones, right?
They do, because like, I've seen Tiffany on it in bed a couple times.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, they're just like, guys, you just know you can't leak anything, but we're not going to do that insane shit where we like hold your phones and you can only call people like every so often. So then maybe they are actually in that case, because like you said, if it was like a Big Brother type of thing or like Traitors or something where you're nothing, no one is allowed to touch anything. This was less confidential.
That's true. Yeah.
If you will. And I bet they were like, if there's one leak, we're taking your phones.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But good math.
Thank you. Yeah, when that choir came on day 13, I was like, only 2 people have gone home and it's day 13. What is happening?
How many episodes are we getting of this show, do we think?
I don't know.
I bet they're going to do a double elimination coming up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right? They're going to do
And they already started pacing it a little differently too, because the first eviction was on episode 3, like halfway through. That was Jack's. And now it's like 2. We get
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Shake apologizes to Corinne because he got carried away at the challenge. And Corinne has them talk at the couches to the whole house. Like, she's like, no, everyone talk to everybody. And so Shake tells them the full story about like how whatever. Corinne's like, don't use me as your pawn. And Shake says, you're such a good pawn, though. But like, I was upset because in my mind, I go, she is. So like, am I supposed to be mad at this? Even Bananas did it with the note.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And like, but Omarosa's interview, villain rule number 36, never, ever, ever call a house meeting. And is that not the truest thing ever? Don't call a house meeting. It never goes well.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you plan on being on reality TV, the audience loves the house meeting. You will get fans from a house meeting. You will also probably be the next one going home by calling a house meeting.
Or you'll like, you end up losing it. Like, Shake ends up losing it. He loses all sense of his surroundings. Like, you think I give a shit what you think? I'm honest. Right. You're a brainless little pawn that sucks onto, and Corinne stands up. Fuck you. You're a fucking disrespectful piece of shit. And Shake's like, man, it feels really good to just finally be myself.
Wow.
Oh.
Disgusting. What were you before?
Exactly.
He was like, I'm done playing nice. Is that what you were doing?
What was nice?
Yeah, you're toast. You're toast.
Yeah, he's a dick. Omarosa does that bit with the oranges where she walks the girls through her strategy. I was so grateful that none of them understood because I was like, I don't know what she's doing. But the oranges were a good tactic because like it made it seem like she was saying something that should make sense.
I think it made sense. I think she should have used...
What was it then?
She was... Well, now I forget. In the moment, she was saying... And that's where she should have, because she was trying to separate the boys and the girls. So she should have used two different fruits, like apples for boys, oranges for girls. Oh. Because when you just have a line of oranges, and you're like, okay, if these 4 oranges mean this, then these 3 mean this. Once you start moving them around, we forget who is who.
I'm like, they're all oranges.
Yeah.
And then, but she says though, none of these women will be put up. So they're like, sure, that sounds great.
Because to stay with the majority vote, women to have women stay in control with the majority vote, we would need a man out now. But to make sure a man leaves now, we need all 3 men on the block so that women are basically the only vote and then can vote however they decide as a unit. So that's what she was saying. Like, if Johnny's here and Fairplay's here, moving the oranges around. It made sense, but then it was for no reason.
Yeah. Like, she did all of that. It was just a test.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think so. To see who's loyal to her. But
yeah.
They were all loyal, and she still shat all over him.
I was going to say, Omarosa, like, nothing really happened, though, for her.
Right.
Yeah. Omarosa picks Anfisa and Fairplay for her reward. And I'm like, poor Anfisa. She's like, why am I with these old people who speak English? Like, get out of here.
Truly.
And they get a sushi lunch in some Japanese garden, and they predict what the house is up to. They're like, what do you think everyone's doing? And Omarosa goes, Shake is probably digging a bigger hole for himself. Cut over to Corinne rubbing Banana's feet in the hot tub while he plays the guitar. And Shake says to her, you're such a bachelor girl. You're the thirstiest girl I've ever met in my life. Living around you has been so fucking... Like, I hope you can see yourself. And Corinne is rubbing Banana's feet. She goes, why am I thirsty? Honey. Honey.
Look it up, babe.
There we go. Fairplay asks who is going to be on the hit list, and Omarosa runs the idea of him going up with Bananas and Shake, which is a really interesting play to say directly to him. Like, what do you feel about you going up there? And he's like, huh? I'm on the reward thingy. How is that? Back at the house, Omarosa talks to Bananas, and she's like, I'm not really sure. Are you working with me? Or are you not? And he said, you fire the first shot and break this peace treaty that we have. The war is on. And you don't want those problems. And I was like, ooh, tell her. Omarosa asked about the challenge and why Bananas was helping Shake win and not her. These are valuable questions.
Yeah.
Then she asked why he didn't take the win himself. And Banana goes, look, I know we're good. I don't know if I believed him either. I don't know if he was just like, trying to come up with something in the moment.
Yeah.
But he's like, I mean, after, you kept your word and didn't vote me in, I figured we're good. So I don't know if I buy that or not. Because it was a good play. Oh my God.
It was. I don't know if I believe it either. I'm leaning closer to not buying it than buying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Banana says if she pulls the trigger on him, he's coming after her. So this makes Omarosa realize that they're wiping out the strong ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the weak ones are floating to the end. And I love that this was her epiphany. She's like, wait a minute. I don't want Bananas gone. He's making good TV here. What's Tanisha even doing? Yeah. So why is Anfisa still here? Get her out.
I don't know.
Right? I don't like her. Stronghold. Who are you going to nominate to yell at you first? Joel says. And Shake is first up. Then Corinne. And it's huge. Omarosa goes, you're not my target. I believe you can be a fierce competitor to go up against people who underestimate you. And I thought, okay. Give her a little coaching. I feel like in her mind, she's like, when you come back next season, you'll be better prepared.
Yeah.
She's like, I see potential here. But the next Tanisha is nominated. Bananas knows, though, he's like, this is a shot at me. All of these, the hit list is all my alliance. So he's like, I fucking see what she did here, which is smart. So smart of Omarosa. She looks at this like a chess game, man.
Yes.
And she sees all the plays and like, this will put this here and that there. It's brilliant.
Because if they were two separate things, it would be fine. If she was attacking all of Johnny's alliance members, great. If she was getting rid of all the floaters, great. But she found a way to do both. All three are floaters, and all three are Johnny's alliance members.
It's so brilliant.
It is.
She's so good. She's so good. And so Tanisha says, I knew this was coming. And Omarosa goes, I've had my eye on you for a long time now. Floating along. Everybody loves Tanisha. She's never touched a hit list. Float on, floater. Okay, a monologue.
Right. And when she monologues, it doesn't seem fake or scripted or
I know.
Yeah.
Like it feels like she genuinely from her soul comes up with things like this. Which is scary, but also great.
Uh-huh.
And I can't tell if the fight between Tanisha and Omarosa is real or totally staged in this, because Tanisha is so strange. She's like, okay, I see you, whatever. Like her delivery of stuff. I'm like, this isn't who she wants to be anymore, I don't think.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I think she is upset, but I think she's trying to make TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't.
All right, we're on the last episode that we have to cover. Woo, we did it. And I'm having a great time, though, for the record.
As am I, yeah.
I'm having a great time. It's just like, it was a lot to take on 4 episodes to finally catch up on. So, okay, next episode, Bananas is fully aware, like, all right, my allies are up for elimination. So even if someone goes home, I lose a valuable vote. But we just know, Omarosa, she's not doing the floaters thing.
Omarosa, may I also say that I find you to be a sucking, guzzling Republican.
Cozy Earth has already been an obsession of mine, but they've released a cuddle blanket. Someone was walking around with it at BravoCon. They had this Bravo Bazaar set up, and Cozy Earth was one of the booths, and someone was walking around just letting people touch this blanket. I swear I almost punched them in the face, ran out with the blanket, and never looked back. It was so soft, and it sold out. Because if you don't know about Cozy Earth, let me tell you. They craft luxury goods that just change your life. Like their bedding. Their bedding is temperature regulated. And it's available in both their famous Viscous from Bamboo and in linen. And I had never even heard of Viscous from Bamboo until literally Cozy Earth started sponsoring my podcast. And now I want everything made out of nothing but responsibly sourced Viscous from Bamboo. The sheets are the softest sheets. And they've got new colors now. So I'm going to be picking up the darker gray sheets so that when I get my spray tan, I can still have my Cozy Earth bedding. Because as of now, I've got like really cheap sheets just for the spray tan days, and I can't handle it. I'm so spoiled by the Cozy Earth sheets. And I have the best loungewear pants from them. I own one in a larger size for the cozy feeling and one in my regular size to wear out, like to dinner. Because they're flattering, but they're so soft. Also from that viscose from Bamboo. Oh my God, I love it. It is no wonder Cozy Earth has been featured on Oprah's Favorite Things 5 years in a row. And all the products come with a 10-year warranty. So okay, I love Cozy Earth. I have personally used my own discount code to purchase way too many things. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer for my listeners today, up to 35% off site-wide when you use the code SheSpeaks. 35% off, you guys. Use code SheSpeaks at CozyEarth.com. I'm telling you, life-changing.
Shut up! That is so stupid!
Support for today's episode comes from Jenny Kane, and I'm so excited because I need to update my winter wardrobe desperately. I also can't wait to be able to wear my Jenny Kane long duster that I bought last year. I love Jenny Kane. It's so California girl, like me. Jenny Kane is so California girl through and through. Their staples just make it easier to get dressed. You want to think minimalist, effortless, but totally refined, you know? They have really luxurious cashmere sweaters, really iconic accessories, but they have the best elevated basics. Oh my God, and their home essentials are to die for. Jenny Kane is here to help you live your best holiday season yet. And for a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order. Go to jennykane.com and use the code SheSpeaks to get 15% off. Anything you buy at Jenny Kane is a smart investment. Everything is timeless. It's so well made. It's like smart dressing. You know what I mean? It's the, oh, this old thing, but like, oh, give it to me. I want it. Whenever I wear my Jenny Kane sweater, people are like, and the shoes. I got some great sandals too. In any season, but especially this season, their sweaters are the it item. Lately, I'm obsessed with the Flynn cashmere sweater. It's the perfect wear with anything V-neck. And that cashmere half zip. Ooh, it's such a good everyday staple. They are back in must-have shades, and you can bet I'm adding both to my cart ASAP. And also holiday gifting. Ooh, there's no better stocking stuffer than one or more of Jenny Kane's cashmere accessories, from beanies and gloves to the coziest socks. Everything is so luxe and everyone will love it. I know I keep harping on it, but they do cashmere better than anyone. The cashmere fisherman, the cashmere cocoon cardigan. They are bestsellers in every season, but it's always the best when it's fall and winter because you got to really the sweater weather. You know, everything in the collections are designed with such intention. You can style pieces together without a second thought. I love to pair a Jenny Kane sweater with everything from classic denim to a simple dress. It's just a look that's effortless and put together. You're looking put together, they tell me. And their shoes, I just got the sandals. They're quality shoes, style that's just easy with anything. The Brooklyn Lug Boot is a cold weather classic, and the leather lug mule is my new favorite. It just adds like an elevated edge to an everyday look, you know? And when I tell you they have the best home essentials, timeless furniture pieces, cozy throws, just perfectly curated decor, and the most incredible candles. I have one in every room. And they have a rewards program. You can earn up to 10% back with every purchase, and joining is completely free. Gift yourself and your loved ones the best gift of all, Jenny Kane. Our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code SheSpeaks at jennykane.com. That's 15% off your first order at JENNIKAYNE.com and use code SheSpeaks. Let getting dressed be one last thing you got to worry about.
And I sleep better at night knowing that you're not in the White House.
Bobby, Bananas, Corinne, and Fisa and Fairplay are talking by the fire pit. I also didn't realize Johnny Bananas smoked.
Me neither.
Because I'm like, how do you smoke and do challenges?
Right. I had no idea. Maybe, I had to rewind it and pause it to see if it was, weed. Yeah, and it didn't look like it.
Same, because he like I thought the same thing, because like even when I hold a joint and I hold it like a cigarette, it's just different. It's not you don't hit it the same. Like you actually like you don't usually just hold your joint.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you hit it and you pass it and then you put it out because you don't want to waste the weed. So that was definitely a cigarette.
Yeah.
I know.
So strange.
He must not smoke all the time. It must be like occasionally. Because how the hell are you climbing up glaciers?
Right.
Because that was CT's problem. CT, when a couple times he couldn't do it because literally he smokes. And it was like, you can't smoke and do this. So there's just no way. I don't know why that looks kind of sexy when Johnny Bananas was smoking a cigarette. And I usually don't like cigarettes, but I was like, oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. But anyway, they all
also putting a pin in it really quick. Did you just see the thumbs up that just came in a speech bubble by your head?
No. Did that happen? Hold on. This keeps happening to me.
Yeah, it just happened. Do you see it?
Yes, okay. I do. Okay, guys, if you don't watch, I'm so sorry for those who just listen to this, but now watch. I'm going to do something else.
Oh!
I don't know what setting I have. But when I put up a heart, this happened with first it happened with Kendrick the first time where I said something and balloons suddenly came up. I think that might have been on Kendrick's end, actually. But we were like, we don't know what we said. So we were like, birthday, celebration, like trying to get it to happen again.
Congratulations. Say congratulations.
Congratulations. Nothing. I don't know. So, but then when I was recording with Pia the other day, she was showing me how the new kids do the stupid heart thing. And then I was doing this and suddenly it happened. But Pia's wasn't doing it either.
Mine doesn't do it.
I don't know what setting I have.
Are you the only Apple person?
Oh, good question.
And we're all PCers? No?
Kendrick's PC, but I'm pretty sure Pia is an Apple.
Huh.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
But now I know that this is a thing. And now it's not going to do it.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
I'm doing now for those who can't see, I'm doing a thumbs up and the thumbs up bubble's popping up on this. It's so weird.
It is very weird.
If anyone knows how I'm doing it, because I'm sure we all would like to do it.
Yeah.
Sure, it'd be a fun thing for because it's like a trick. It's like a magic trick.
That.
How is it doing the hearts? I know it's so weird. Sorry, guys. Okay. Anyway, I did not see it, so thank you for pointing that out.
Of course.
That is wild. Okay. So they're talking about the fire pit, and for the most part, they're saying that they don't want Shake to win. But Bananas is really, I'm noting he's not saying much. But here comes Bobby is giving it. She's like, Corinne, I have your back. Don't you fucking worry. I have your back. So Bobby's really going for it. They all want, Fair Play wants Shake out too. So there's that. But we're going to see how that flips.
Mm-hmm.
Tanisha comes into the kitchen. Bobby is loving this. So he's in the kitchen already. And so in comes Tanisha and he's like, hey girl, wow, your energy. Like you were coming in hot. And she calls Omarosa fake. And he's like, no. And then he realizes this is going to be a good scene. So Bobby like exits. I think he just like must go around the kitchen island because he's gone for now. But Tanisha's like, you sat there with the tangerines. Don't act like I'm crazy. And then Tanisha switches tactics though, because Omarosa's like, whatever. And she's like, I'm a mom. I left everything to come here. Bobby now is suddenly on the other side of Omarosa and he's like, cry. I need you to cry.
That was crazy.
He's trying to make TV. Like, he's like, we just need, I think he thought in his head, like, no, because if she cried, Omarosa would have been like, I really hate Tanisha.
Right.
Or I don't even know. But Tanisha goes, you must be smoking dick. And Bobby goes, I mean, I love smoking dick, but that has nothing to do with this right now. Okay, I know. They go to Ann Waffles in Woodland Hills, which I'm just blown away that that's where they went. Because by the way, guys, if you are near an Ann Waffles, it's so good. It's so good. They turn waffles into anything. Waffle burgers, waffle Benedict. Oh my gosh, the food is legit. It's really, really good. Their waffle Benedict is so good. So good. I want that right now. Maybe I'm going to get that when we're done.
Oh, jealous.
I know. Corinne is actually kind of cute. This is where I was like, maybe Corinne is cute. She goes around, she's pouring the champagne for everyone except for Shake. And I was like, oh, okay, I appreciate your personality now because Anvisa gives me nothing. Nothing, dude. She is so boring. You can barely hear her. Every time they cut to one of her confessionals, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm so upset she's still there.
Ugh, she's so boring. Bobby gives a toast. He's so good at toast. He's like, there's still 8 of us, and it's a goddamn shame it needs to go down quicker. Best of luck. I love him. Bananas asked Bobby, this is a small part, but he's like, Bobby, do you have an OnlyFans? And he's like, of course. It's like, I make good money on it.
Yeah.
Shake, though, takes that and he goes, did I tell you guys I have a guy who I send videos of me vaping and the empty cartridges? And Bananas is really kind to him because he's like, oh, yeah, just okay. And he goes like $250. I'm like, dude, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I know people have fetishes and to each their own, whatever. And perhaps watching a video of someone vaping is what gets you off. Fine. Everyone, whatever. But the thing about sending the vapes, I think we're missing part of the story. It just seems like that is nothing you would like. I know people sell their underwear. I know people sell their socks to people, whatever, on OnlyFans. But like empty vapes, I feel like Shake has to add something to it before he sends it. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like just sending an empty vape doesn't seem
empty vape
like it's somebody's like it's somebody's fetish.
And he's only getting $250 for whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Right. But if you are listening and you are the one that buys,
yeah, we would like to know more information.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, hit us up.
Help us out.
Actually,
yeah.
We are confused. Tanisha isn't able to handle Omarosa and how nice she was in the beginning, and now she's on the hit list, and so she starts going off. And Omarosa says a line that she goes, "If you think you're carrying this show, you're wrong." It's like, and for her, that's the biggest issue. It's like, this is a luxury to have a show like this. House of Villains, it's such an easy show. Okay, we're paid to be here. We get a prize at the end if we win. Like, we want this show to keep going. Okay. Right. Omarosa's like, we are bored with the yelling. Tanisha says, you're a slithery, slimy snake. You need me. And Omarosa's like finding that funny, and she calls her a one-hit wonder. And I'm like, well, she's not wrong.
Right.
Because I think we're seeing that, which is kind of ironic that later she does the choir thing to go with the one hit wonder that she is. You know what I mean? It's like that's her bit. But this is another scene that was a moment that was kind of weird. Tanisha asks to talk to Bananas outside, and it just feels like this was very staged, and I don't even understand why. They go outside. She's like, talk to me. I need advice. And Bananas just says something like, well, either you need to win or she needs to win. And she goes, okay, thanks for the advice. And they go back inside.
Right, like that's the only 2 options, babe. I don't know. I don't know how that was advice.
And, and like, don't film it. You can cut that.
Yeah,
that was weird. They get back from brunch, and those big black boxes are in the back, set up for the redemption challenge. Spencer Pratt arrives, and when Shake doesn't know who he is, honestly, jail.
Truly, yeah, because Shake is about our age, right?
Yeah.
He looks it. If he's younger,
if he's in his 20s, my sir. But no, like, how do you not know Spencer Pratt? Spencer Pratt. And I love Spencer in this so much. I don't care. Like, I don't know what they assumed they were going to get some sort of, because when Spencer was a villain, man, he was a villain.
Yeah.
But if you don't know him, he is Mr. like crystals and hummingbirds.
Right. Daddy Sprat. What's his name? Pratt Daddy Crystal.
Yeah. No, and I've seen him multiple times in a Whole Foods, and he's just like chatting it up with the guys making smoothies.
My God.
Yeah, like he's like a very cool guy in LA. Like if you see Spencer somewhere, he's not going to be causing a scene. He's going to be like talking to the people that work there, because like he really feels he's just a weirdo. He's not mean anymore.
Yeah.
That's
so cute.
I know, it is actually really, really sweet, because especially since him and Heidi are still together. I happened to be scrolling TikTok, and they were on a live, and they were like so buzzed and being like, hey, what's that? Like just like kind of wild. And then Spencer's reading the comments, and he's like, hey, they called us a celebrity. They called us weird, but they called us a celebrity.
Also, I just looked up Shake's age. He's 36. There's no way that he would not know. Right.
Exactly.
He looks it, but there's no way he would not know who Spencer is.
Spencer Pratt? Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Anyway.
Spencer does his little speech, and he's just like being himself, and he's just not like a villain anymore. And so dumbass Shake, he's like, man, I gotta tell you, out of all the villains so far, you need to step up your game. It's a little slow. And Spencer's like, okay, you got me. I felt that.
Right.
Like he's like looking at Bananas like, what the hell? Because Bananas probably knows Spencer. Like they've got to have hung out before.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
Since
at an MTV
even.
event or something.
Totally. Exactly. So he's just like, whatever. Omarosa's funny though. She's like, what happened to Spencer? He used to be such a villain. I'm like, also, where have you been? But then Shake's like, I mean, I've never heard of you. Oh no. Who says that? Someone says, I've never heard of you. Oh, that's right. He goes, Spencer says that to Shake. I've never heard of you. And he goes, because I'm current. Maybe that's why. And then he's like, okay, yeah, he's like, no, but I'm sorry. He goes, well, I'm on TikTok. Which I'm like, he is, okay? If you don't know him on TikTok, he's actually really funny on TikTok. But he reveals what's in the boxes. He shows it on the screen. Spencer presenting the rules of this challenge was so chill. He's like, you're going to go in there? There's some tokens. Find some tokens. And there's some scorpions. Like, so Spencer. Oh, anyway, so Corinne's not happy. She's like, guys, I cannot feel legs on me. If I feel legs on me, I will freak out. And Spencer goes, well, snakes don't have legs. It's like, wow, you got you there, girl.
I loved Spencer on this episode. And when the cast was first announced, I was mad Spencer wasn't on it, but I feel we would have the same Tanisha problem. He is not who he used to be and what he's known for. I don't think he would be good on this show, but I'm glad we got him for when we got him.
I agree.
Yeah.
Then the producer has to pull Tanisha outside to talk to her because they're both Corinne and Tanisha are like, we're just not doing it. Like, we forfeit. Like, we're not. And I honestly kind of don't blame them because I get it. Like, if you weren't expecting this type of challenge and you were expecting like silly things, like the balls being thrown at you and stuff, fine. This is scary. Like, it's a legit fear for a lot of people.
And I'm one of them.
Me too.
Tanisha, and you're going to get into details. Tanisha didn't even try, and that is why I am understanding of how everyone's upset with her. Corinne did terribly, and she basically didn't. She did try, but she could have not and had the same results because she would stick her hands in, but like just a little bit. But that's just how your body reacts, and I would be the same way.
Oh my God, there was a challenge where someone had to put their head in the box with whatever the things were and eat the thing. Eat it. Crunch on it. Eat it. It was alive. It was alive. I would never.
I would even get weird. Have you ever seen those like YouTube videos where people put their hands in a box this way and it is like usually just like a bouncing ball or like a leaf or something, but your mind doesn't know what's in there, so you freak out?
Yep.
I would act a fool like that if it was a box of tissues. But knowing that there are scorpions in here, no way, mama, no way.
You're right, though. It's like a physical response.
Yeah.
Like Corinne really is an example of like trying, but it's like your body's like just mayday, escape, run.
Because now you already talked about what you're working through in therapy, so now I'll give you mine. I like in public, especially, I do like to like downplay my gayness and try to blend in. I'm afraid of a hate crime every single day of my life. I'm afraid of straight men. So like at the grocery store,
unfortunately
I'm like,
real.
Yeah, it is. Pull a hair back and listen to my tale. So I'm like, hey, can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese like that? Like,
do you really do that? Is that really
not that drastic? But like, I do remove my lisp and like take it down an octave. Yeah, I'm like, hey, can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese like that? Like I blend into the world. But even after 13 years in New York, if a rat runs by my feet, that whole thing goes out the window. So I'll be like, hey, can I get it? Like, even I ordered food the other day. The delivery guy came. I was like, thank you so much. And then something blew from my refrigerator right next to my front door. Something blew off the top of my refrigerator, and my body, I was like, hey, thank you. Like that. So I do understand your body reacting.
now this visual of Donnie going around trying to conceal his gayness, that actually makes me so sad for the world because the world is missing out on Donnie at his full capacity.
Thank you. It is very sad, but we're working through it.
It's a real thing, though, unfortunately. Like, it's not like you're incorrect to think that people don't like the gays.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, unfortunately. I'm always shocked by it because, you know, I'm in LA. It's just very different. But like there was something that happened kind of recently in LA. Also, West Hollywood's been getting a lot of hate crimes too. Like they're totally targeting it. So yeah, it's on the rise.
Yeah.
It's very on the rise. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So anyway, a producer pulls Tanisha outside and he says to her, "We can't do anything that would kill you." And I always think that when I'm watching like a challenge and I'm like, this seems really unsafe. I'm like, well, they can't kill them. Like they have to test this to like see.
And I know that is probably true, but on the challenge, I feel like things could backfire very quickly.
That's, I think, like fucking the chick who did the slingshot and it came back and hit her in the fucking face. It could have killed her.
Yeah.
It could have been instant death.
Like this, I do agree. This can't kill you. I'm sure the scorpions were like sucked the venom out or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the challenge, I don't believe them if they say that.
Especially since we've seen so many injuries. Like the one, I talk about the one all the time where they had to jump across cars above water and it was raining and Leroy fell in the water so hard that he was passed out. He came floating up.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that, guys. I feel like the way the waiver that they sign says they could be injured up to death. You know it says that.
Absolutely.
Like up to you may die. So they're like this as the producers like this isn't the challenge where we could kill them. This is House of Villains where it's just a little
I
scary.
hope in the contract if you do die, I hope whatever you would have made if you won goes right to your family.
Yeah, agreed. Like
because how terrible.
Do they have to have like wills? Like that's just
oh my
so
God.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like in the event of my death, this is what I need you guys to do.
Jesus.
This is why I need to get a producer of the challenge on the pod because I have so many fucking questions. I do. I really do. I'm working on it. Sort of. Kind of. I tried one time.
Okay. Well, here's for a second.
There we go.
Fingers crossed. Does anything happen if we do this? No.
I don't. Oh, let's see.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Spencer gives them another really great demonstration of how to play. He's like, when you guys get the token, he even suggests like you can all, if you don't like Shake, you can put all your tokens in his thing. I'm like, he's suggesting that you do that actually because he hates him. So yeah, Tanisha and Corinne don't get anything. It really did work in Shake's favor that he's a vet.
Yes. So, and when they kept saying this, I thought they meant like vet of the United States Navy or something.
Even though he's totally said he's a veterinarian, I'm like, he's a vet. He is.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so he's used to like sleeping with rats and stuff.
I did the same
he can probably see really good in the dark.
Not the same thing, Donnie. It's like, what does that have to do with this challenge?
I know.
But then I'm like, oh, a vet, like the animals. Oh, way more sense. Amazing. So Tanisha sees that even Bananas is visually disappointed in her for not performing. So the next morning, she wakes everyone up with the choir. And it is good. It is good. Fair play's in heaven. Everyone loves it, but Nfisa. Nfisa, of course, hates it because she hates everything that brings people joy. She can't stand that vampire. Bananas calls Tanisha's move with the choir though like X-Men level good. Like that was the way to go. Because Corinne's like, "Who are you gonna vote for?" He's like, "Girl, yeah, maybe you tried in the challenge, but did you see what just happened this morning?"
Right.
You know, like that shows that she gives a shit. And it's TV. We're trying to make TV, Corinne. I know you don't understand that part, but like that's the goal here. Bobby tells Omarosa that he hasn't made up his mind and she's pissed. She clearly wants Tanisha gone. And Bobby is like, oh, you know, he tries to tell Nfisa even. He's like, you know, Corinne is your direct competition. But Nfisa goes, but she had my back last time. He goes, she did? Huh. That makes me think I did tell her I would have her back. And like, but you really told her, Bobby. Like you were up, like, I got you. Bobby's a mess. He's chaos. Love it.
He says so many things that he doesn't remember what he said. Because it's just always something coming out of that mouth.
So true.
Yeah.
Eva tells him it's time to change for the banishment ceremony. And Bananas tells Fairplay and Jake, he's like, I'm not even going to change for this. Eva goes, please don't wear that. You look like a scumbag. I need to know. I hope they reveal who Eva is. Because she is funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's banishment time. Corinne's final words. I just want to say that each one of you have touched me in a different way. And Joel, wait, what? Bananas loves that. Loves that. She goes, you guys, I'm nervous. I'm trying not to cry. And Joel goes, anyway, what was that about you being touched? So good. Corinne is unanimously voted out.
Shocking. That was shocking.
See that coming.
Me neither. Yeah.
At all. Bobby gives her a hug before she goes into the wall, but like almost trips on his way in with his big old shoes. Omarosa flips her through that wall, and Joel says she got flipped into the set of Big Brother, so she's fine. And then I'm like, is she on Big Brother? Because that makes sense.
She would do good on Big Brother.
Right?
Yeah. I think she's better suited for Big Brother. They do
Celebrity Big Brother still.
Occasionally. They haven't since Todrick ruined it. We'll talk about that some other time. But
yeah, no, but Todrick did ruin it. Because like they used, I know he did.
Yeah.
Todrick, God damn it.
Thanks for that, Toddy.
Just like he ruined that other gay show, the WeHo.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. That was a really weird choice to have him be on there. It was like, did you not want it to do well? Or did you
right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, did you wonder if maybe the controversy would be good for the show? But like, he wasn't that type of controversy at that point. It wasn't like, I'm curious what he's up to. It was like, no, we already watched him on Big Brother. And it was bad.
Yeah, with him, I know he's done bad things, but he is not disliked for doing bad things. He's just disliked. So like, people don't want to tune in to see if he'll do anything crazy. People just don't want to tune in.
Yeah, no, it's not like his behavior is so iconically bad. It's just he's notoriously bad behind the scenes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of scared because the Todrick fans are major. So,
okay. Well,
sorry if you just I should actually. Let me put them in this. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. No, I won't. I'm going to keep it in. Try me. Try me. I have the thinnest skin around, but try me. I'll probably cry. Okay. Probably cry and take it all back. Promise. That's what I do. Okay, we did it. We'll try to do this weekly, guys, but you know what? I'm not going to put that pressure on us anymore.
Yeah, fate's not on our side, so we'll push through eventually.
So I swear, as soon as we say we're going to do it, something happens. So it's actually it's worse for us to say we'll do it because it's more like it's asking for trouble. I don't. What else can happen? I can't have my cats getting sick now.
No.
So
clear.
We'll do our best, guys.
We will.
But you guys, here's the best news, though, is that Donnie and Chelsea are actually able to recap movies again.
We are.
And I say recap lightly because it's it's really more just the chaos of it that comes with it. A guideline. But they are back at I Am the Cute One. They are doing what they do best. I'm like, nature is healing. I am literally when the strike ended, I was more excited about you guys being able to recap movies. I'm like, and as Donnie said, I will never read again because they've been recapping books.
I'm not touching a book ever again.
You guys check out I Am the Cute One. It's available everywhere you get your podcasts. Donnie, real Donnie Wood is always chaos over on his Instagram, so you must check that out. And they're all on TikTok. Is I Am the Cute One on TikTok? Is that a TikTok account?
Cute One Podcast.
Cute One Podcast. Okay, I do follow that. So Cute One Podcast, but it's not on IG, right?
No,
just on TikTok. So follow that. But everything will be in the description if you need it for reference. Love you guys. Mean it. And we will see you next time. Whenever it happens. Okay? Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching and for listening to She Speaks Bravo with Emily Hanks. If you haven't already, would you mind leaving a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you listen? That would be amazing. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell so you don't miss an episode. And if you're looking for more content, more exclusive bonus content, check out the Patreon. I post 2 exclusive episodes a month, and I'm covering just the Bravo jams, like Classic Roni, Atlanta, and of course Vanderpump Rules. If you just want to support the show, head to buymeacoffee.com/SheSpeaksBravo and buy me a coffee or 2 or 5. We also have merch available at SheSpeaksBravo.com. And if you're interested in hearing my takes on non-Bravo shows, check out my new podcast, She Speaks It All. I cover The Challenge, Drag Race, and any other show I'm obsessed with that's not Bravo. She Speaks It All is available everywhere you get your podcasts, just like this show. Make sure you're following me on the social medias. I am She Speaks Bravo across all platforms. Thank you so much for any support you give the show, even if it's just listening. Appreciate you, love you, mean it. I'll see you soon.